Some 1,657 feet high, this gritstone escarpment formed 326 million years ago jaggedly thrusts up above Buxton and Leek, littered with boulders, dangers, and stories. Throne on the precipice. A seat once sat in by the unattractive debtor Mary Adelaide, mother to Queen Mary, George V's wife. We were watched by sheep, the first I'd seen in weeks. Like volcanologists, we ascended into vapour. This is a fantastical landscape of folklore and legend, where the mist alchemically has transformed fact into myth for hundreds and hundreds of years. Occasionally, figures would emerge from the blanketing smog, first as disembodied whispers, and then as eerily shuffling silhouettes, always moving away from what we walked towards. The Doxy Pool. Like many of the local ponds, it is said to be bottomless and inhabited by a tempting mermaid, Jenny Greenteeth, who in similar blinding weather first stumbled into its icy waters. Today it appears toxic and fatal in more pedestrian ways than siren song. We discovered a stone shaped as such to prepare magical offerings. Listening carefully, it was possible still to hear the grinding of herbs by a wise woman, but it may have just been the pulsing of blood in cold ears. As we continued, the ground beneath our feet became blackened and charred. The blight seemed to follow whichever way we ventured, suggesting perhaps that our invasion of this mysterious place was an insidious curse, a disease, rather than idle curiosity. Later we saw worse scorch marks still, and the mist took on the appearance of smoke as if a dragon had just passed by. And from the landscape indeed did rear great dragon heads and vitriolic serpent tongues. As night fell, we were tracing the path of a religious congregation. The Lollards were a sect persecuted by the church as heretics in the 16th century. They rejected the idolatrous symbols and decadent trappings of Catholicism and saw in nature all the iconography and consecration that their worship demanded. In a chasm they formed a church. Beneath an oak tree lies the body of Alice Ludd, who was killed for singing hymns to her compatriots. The cloistered ravine, 50 feet deep, is home to many ghosts and legends. It is the setting for the Arthurian tale of the Green Knight. It is a wound carved out by the devil's fingernail, and although no longer a chapel, it certainly seems to be the atelier of occultists, tourists, and the more vagabond of vagrants. Inside Ludd's church, it was hot and wet, the mud thigh-deep, what little light that still shone struggling to pierce its depths. We were in the belly of one of the dragons we had seen, and the walls were glittered with diamonds forged from its fire. Fleeing the forest, darkness fell totally, abysmally around us, and we were unsure what were trees and what might be witches.